All right, I'll get right to the point, which is the secret to making the best French fries, roasted potatoes, hash browns. Anytime you're cooking potatoes with fat, what you want to do is use beef tallow. I have a nice big jug of it here. It's a 42 ounce container of Wagyu beef tallow. I got this off of Amazon. The link is in the description. It'll either go here, or maybe later on I'll change it to a new product that I think is better. But I'm really loving this stuff from South Chicago Packing. It's a good price, good amount, and loving it a lot. So yeah, and you can get it other places too. You can get it maybe at a fancier grocery store that sells beef tallow. You can buy beef suet from most butchers or meat counters. They'll have it packaged up, or ask your butcher, say you want some beef suet, and they'll sell it to you. It's pretty cheap, and you can render it yourself. You can Google that, how to do that. Not a difficult process. If you have a stove and a pan or a pot, you can render your own beef tallow, and it's a lot cheaper that way. So I might get into doing that, but I'm not doing it yet. I'm just loving this product. It's super easy, and it shows up at my door. So yeah, if you want to get it off of Amazon, check the link in the description. But yeah, beef tallow makes the best roasted potatoes, French fries, hash browns, whatever. If you're making potatoes and you're adding fat, you're probably using vegetable oil. You're probably using soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, one of those. Maybe olive oil. Peanut oil, if you're really savvy. Peanut oil is a lot more expensive than those oils. It's about the same, probably more on par with beef tallow. Peanut oil definitely makes a great potato as well. But I don't think it's as good as beef tallow. I don't think it even compares to this. And every time I've made it for somebody, it's kind of blown their mind, because and that's the reason why I'm making this video. Like, it shouldn't blow anybody's mind that animal fat is delicious and tastes great, but it does. In America, at least, I don't know how it is in other countries, but in America, there's this whole idea that animal fats are not only unhealthy, but they're kind of gross and disgusting and greasy and unnecessarily fatty, and vegetable oils are clean and healthier, and it's just this ridiculous notion. And I mean, for me, I'm not going to get into the details, and I haven't read all the research, but I've definitely listened to both sides of this argument. And there's a whole side, people mostly coming from kind of this keto diet, carnivore diet angle, which I'm not endorsing those diets or those communities or those philosophies on health. But they have an argument, and I think their arguments are worth hearing out and considering. And if you haven't heard those arguments, you're probably just going to default to the mainstream opinion about oil and fat, which is that vegetable oils are healthier, they're better for you, they're less likely to give you heart disease and all these things. And the real evil in American society is animal fat. As far as healthy eating goes, animal fat is the devil. And it's a ridiculous idea, because if you think about it, I mean, just from a basic standpoint, animal fat is natural. I mean, cows grow and they basically produce fat when they grow, and it's a natural product that comes right from the cow, right from nature. While vegetable oils, soybean oils, corn oils, canola oils, you're not getting oil out of those products unless you have a very intensive, highly sophisticated industrial process to do so. I mean, good luck trying to make soybean oil on the farm. And I'm not saying everything natural is better than everything that requires technology and innovation and everything. I'm not making that argument. It's just, I think it's interesting that we've demonized the thing that you can literally find in your steak, and you don't have to do anything. You just cut it off the steak and you apply heat and it turns into oil. We're demonizing that, and while we're exalting and endorsing this vegetable oils that require all of this crazy processing to produce. So hey, if that doesn't convince you, that's fine. I'm not here to convince you. If you're vegetarian, I'm not doing anything for you here either, probably, because You're probably not going to consider it, but I just, I grew up with this whole idea in my head that animal fats were gross. Butter was gross. Margarine was better. That was the whole, I grew up in the 90s, and the low-fat diet craze was at a high, and everybody, all the health experts were telling you to minimize your fat consumption, and if you are going to eat fats, use vegetable fats. That was the whole thing, and that really, the low-fat thing has kind of gone away as far as kind of the whole health world is concerned right now. They're still saying you should minimize your fat intake, but there's definitely still saying you should not be eating animal fats. And if you can eliminate animal fats, eat lean meats, and when you need to cook with fat, use a vegetable oil like that, or use olive oil. I don't have anything against olive oil. It's kind of, I would separate olive oil from the other vegetable fats, but none of it compares to animal fat. And now that I've been reading this other research and this other perspective, that's kind of this pro-animal fat perspective, I've been using a lot more animal fats in my cooking. I've been using lard. I made some apple pies over the holidays, and I use lard in all my crusts. And I tell people, and nobody knows that there's lard in there. They just think it's one of the best crusts they've ever had. And I've been using, one of the real winners has been using the tallow with potatoes. And that's just something that everybody, when they taste it, they're just like, wow, these are the best roasted potatoes. These are the best French fries I've ever had in my life. And I'm not surprised, but I am kind of surprised. It's just kind of weird that everybody is surprised by that, because, this is a natural, beautiful product that comes from a cow. And we know the steak is amazing that we get from cows. It tastes great. It's one of the best products you can eat. Why not the fat too? And the fat's awesome too. Nothing against, pork fat's great, and duck fat and all that is great too. But this beef tallow is just, it's versatile. It's performs almost as well as a vegetable oil in terms of like smoking and all that. You can get this up to 400 degrees, even higher, and I haven't had any problems with smoking. I roast potatoes at 425 in the oven. No problems with smoke coming out of the oven. McDonald's used to make their French fries with this. That's the original recipe of McDonald's. Use beef tallow, 100% beef tallow to fry their French fries. And they were the most popular French fries in the world. Later on, they started mixing vegetable oil into the beef tallow, and eventually around 1980, 1990, they went to a pure vegetable oil recipe for their French fries. And I'm sure, I've never had the beef tallow McDonald's French fries, but I'd be willing to bet they tasted a lot better than the current iteration that you get at your local McDonald's. So check it out. Do me a favor. I'm doing you a favor by telling you about this. Do me a favor and go pick up some of this. Go get it at maybe your Whole Foods sells it. Maybe your local kind of smaller grocery store sells it. Maybe your butcher sells beef suet and you can render it yourself. It's easy, DIY it. Or if you want to do me an extra special favor, you can go on Amazon, click on the link in the description. I'll get a kickback if you buy this tub of Wagyu beef tallow or whatever product I happen to be linking to. That might change over time as products become available, or if I find something better or cheaper. But check it out. It'll open your eyes. And beef, animal fats are not gross. I don't think they're unhealthy for you in any way. And I think, even if they are not healthy for you, I think they're healthier for you than vegetables. I can confidently say that. I'm not going to make the arguments here in this video. I'm not going to get into the details, but I personally am convinced that animal fats are healthier for you than vegetable oils, especially the seed oils, the soybean, canola, corn, palm oil, the stuff that you find in a lot of products. You don't even realize you're eating it. So yeah, my eyes were kind of opened, and now I'm really enjoying cooking with this stuff, and the flavors that it's bringing out are just on another level. So I encourage you to do so. Click the link in the description if you want to get it off Amazon, or go find it somewhere else, and you will thank me later. So see you next time.